Hi, hello everybody. It's me, Paddy from across the shuck, and back with you for another wee video. Had a couple of days of not making them, but that was nice. I enjoyed that wee break. Back again with vigour, and I'm back again with knives that are not gear based. They're my own, and to be honest, all three of these that I'm gonna well, there's only one I'm doing a review on, but all three were gifts, and all three are knives that I wouldn't necessarily have bought myself, but yet all three are very important to my channel now, which is, it goes to show you, just don't get rid of something quickly. If you do, let it sit for a while till you're with, especially if I'm talking to somebody who's just starting a channel, keep knives about because they're great for comparisons. They really are, and you do need to make comparisons as you go through your knife journey on YouTube. So I shall get rid of this, and the knife we're going to do today, I'm sure you've seen, is the RUIKE, and it's the RUIKE p135-sf. Now this is last year's knife, and it is an absolute cracker. The fit and finish in this is just beyond what it should be. This knife costs between $49 and $60, up or down. I'm sure you can get it either way. But say a $50 knife, I'm just going to use for the purpose of this. This was a gift from Steve Kluver, who sent me two beautiful knives to review. I've done one. This is the second one. So let me have you a wee walk around. Look at that blade shape. What is that now? What are they calling it now? Is that a reverse tanto modified sheep's foot? I haven't a clue. I like to think of it as a modified tanto. It is so beautifully cut. It really is precision cutting. Sorry, I'll go down this way. The blade, it came absolutely lovely. Let me just show you. Listen to that. I haven't touched that. That has not been stropped, and I've had this here for a while, and I have used it. But a cardboard, it's just it's just a big work knife. The only thing, do you want to know what's wrong? It looks too good to be a big work knife. But to be honest, as good as it looks, that's exactly what it is. It's an all steel construction, with a weight that I am really impressed with, to be honest with you, but we'll get to that later. Coming down to the handle, there's lovely contours on the handle. They really have milled out this stainless steel. They made it look as good as stainless steel, and the polish on it's like a brushed satin. I don't know, it looks like titanium. It really is lovely. You've got a backspacer, a G10 backspacer in there. You have a lanyard hole. Let me just show you. Look at the screws at the front. They're rounded over on the show side. Absolutely beautiful. Nice, simple, but so effective. That's the only billboard on the show side. That's right. That's lovely. It's up high. It's not affecting the blade. It doesn't affect that overall look of this beautiful shaped knife. So, go on to the back side. Again, that big, high, flat grind. I know there's a flat up here, but it's so big and useful. It's just a big, high, flat grind. Slices amazing. Is it thin behind the edge? Yeah, it's all right. It's not too bad. But it still slices. You've seen it. You've seen it with cardboard. It'll go through anything. It's a big work knife. Now, saying that, it's only 3.3 or 3 millimeters thick across there. I thought it would have been more than that, but it's not. And that's good, because it doesn't need to be any more than that. This isn't a survival knife. This isn't the one that you're going to baton. This is just a big work knife you take out to the yard or whatever. And to be honest with you, I'm saying that, and you're probably looking and thinking, stainless steel, that'll be awful slippy in the hands if it was wet. Do you want to know what makes this still viable? Is if you look at this, you see when I get my hand in it, my hand can go nowhere. There's jimping on the top, and it's purposeful, right? My thumb sits in the perfect position there. The grip, I have a complete grip, and it's so contoured that my hand could not move anywhere. Do you know, it couldn't move anywhere at all. It is absolutely rock solid in my hand. So I wouldn't have any work now. I wouldn't go to a Vaseline factory, as our man from New York would say. Nick Shabazz. I wouldn't go to a Vaseline factory, but then again, I'm not in many Vaseline factories. Men don't tend to do that over here in Ireland. It's very funny, you American chaps. Sorry. Right, it's got a deep pocket carry clip. Well, it's deep as in there's only about a quarter of an inch, not even a quarter of an inch up there. It's got this lock feature here, which, to be honest with you, I will never use, but RUIKE put it there, and you're not getting charged a whole lot of money. Do you know what I mean? It's perfectly good if you feel unsecure with something. That's the only reason I would use that. And this knife, in the use that I've had it, I have never felt unsecure, because when I turn it around and show you, look at that there. Look at the lock bar coming across there. It's 50%. It is solid big lock bar. This isn't like a liner lock where you get a thin little bit of metal. Look at that there. That just installs confidence in you that you can use that for anything. There is no movement up, down, side, anywhere in this knife, no matter how hard I push it. People say, oh, you can get a wee bit. I can't get anything. It is solid, absolutely solid. I'm going through this knife and I'm letting you see it. And do you want to know the detent? I was watching a video, it was a while ago, and Love Them Knives had the same knife, and his detent, he shook it and he got it, his just fell out. I can't, I've done it once. No, I'm going to hurt my shoulder. I cannot get that to come out. So I've either got a lucky one or he got a bad one, one or two, and I'm going for mine's a good one. It's not, it doesn't feel like a big detent, but to be honest, that's fine. It just sits in there lovely, and it comes out fast enough for a big, it is a bit of a gate, but it's a huge big knife. The blade length is 3 5/8, 9.2 centimetres. I mean, that's a big blade length. And to be honest, that's the cutting length as well. In fact, the cutting length's just a wee bit further back. So you're probably getting about 9.4 centimetres, maybe 6/8. 3 6/8. 3 6/8. Oh, God. Right. Oh, dear, dear, bless us. I need to go back and get my Mazo level. Now, what else can I tell you about this knife? We've discussed the handle, the blade. I showed you the backspacer. Inside, I don't know whether you'll see this or not. Let's see. You should be able to see. Inside, this is so well milled out that the weight, I think, for the knife, you see when you put it in hand, this knife doesn't feel heavy because it's so well balanced. It just doesn't feel heavy at all. Now, I know other people are very delicate and things like that. Look, it's 5.9 ounces. You know, you can't get away with it. That's the weight of it. To be honest, if I got a pair of jeans, I wouldn't put this with a nice pair of slacks. You know, I'd wear it with jeans, work pants. This is a deep pocket clip that'll go over pants. It'll go over any work pants, I should say. It really is. That's 166 grams. That's, you know, it is heavy, but it's not super heavy. I mean, when I've got a pair of jeans on, I don't really, after a half an hour, I really don't feel it that much. I know it's there if I put my hand down. You know, it takes up a bit of pocket space, but not that much because it's not that deep, you know, across. It isn't that deep a knife across at all. It's, let me see what it was across. The depth was 0.46. That's the depth, this depth here, 0.46, 12 millimeters. And the height of the knife at its highest point was 1.3 inches, 3.3 centimeters. So it's not that deep, but that pocket clip's great and it keeps it out of the way. And yes, it has got a fairly big flipper, but to be honest with you, there's no jimping on it even. I don't put a whole lot into my knife pocket apart from my knife. If I'm going to put something else in, it might be a flashlight, depends what I've got on me. But normally it's just the big knife and maybe a wee secondary that lies in the bottom of the pocket. That's it. So I'm not worried about going in. I'm not hoping for change or anything. I'm only going in just to get a knife. So I don't worry about it too much. I know there's people do, and that's fine. But I just don't think for $50 you can get anything with a fit and finish that's better than this. I'm not saying there isn't ones as good as, but there's none better than this, I believe, for that price that I have seen, that I have come across. The bearing system is just delightful. Watch this. Now, again, this is a $50 all-steel knife. By all rights, it shouldn't do that. It just shouldn't do that. It really should not do that. There's a lovely flow through to get it out as well too. So there you go. Once you get it over that, look at that. It's beautiful. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. So it's a big beastie. You wouldn't want to bring it out in the office, but if you're going out somewhere and you need something that's going to do a bit of hard work, it might look pretty, but this is like a beautiful woman with a black belt in karate. It's got hidden depths. It really will do the job for you. So I've gushed enough. I really genuinely think this is a beautiful knife. Here's my other knife I got. Tony Meter gave me this, whoa, nearly a year ago probably. And this was last year's as well. And I remember seeing JT from JT's Knife Life having this one. And I thought, oh, isn't that beautiful? What I love it. And then next week it came in the post. It is an absolute stunner. And it's the same size. They're exactly the same size. They are completely different blade-wise. They are completely different blade-wise, except for the fact that they're both high flat grinds and slice and cut. Amazing. This one is in G10 and it's all contoured, so they don't look anything like each other as far as fit, finish, although the fit and finish in both of them is first class. First class. I can't fault either of them. And I genuinely mean that. I can't fault either of them. They are so good, I cannot fault them. So, there's two RUIKEs that are the same size, but two different knives. Two different. This one I would probably take out if it's going to be a bit wet, because it's got the G10. But again, it's got that, RUIKE have this habit of getting the knife, no matter what size your hand is, you seem to fit into it. You know, you really do fit into it. So there we have that. And this is another one that Steve Kluver sent me. I reviewed this already. This is the Ontario Rat 1. This is the Aussie version. A great big hunk of work knife. Everybody, not everybody. Anybody sample will tell you this knife, never mind the steel, because the steel in this is the Sandvik steel. On both the RUIKEs, it's the 14C28N Sandvik steel, which is a great, it's the higher end of budget, maybe medium, the lower end of a medium steel. It takes a screaming edge and it lasts a fair while. So this is the Aussie, much the same. It'll last a while too. Don't knock Aussie. It's all right. It's not as good, I don't think, as the Sandvik 14C28, but it is all right. But this knife, this is the comparison. These knives, these three knives, are all about the same size. Oh, I'll have to bring them up a wee bit now. They're all roughly this. In fact, I'm just going to line them up and let's just see what they are. There we are. These two would say the same. This is about half a centimetre longer, the Ontario Rat 1. So it lets you know what size these knives are. I can use these three knives, give me a comparison for any knife that's going to be 8.5 inches or over, because I know what these are like and I know how I've used them, and I've used them, and I use this too, because it's a work knife. It might be stainless steel and all shiny like titanium, but it's not. It's a work knife. It's a $50 and you couldn't spend a better $50 in this. You wouldn't be disappointed. If the weight doesn't bother you, the knife will please you because it's so well put together, so well made, and ball bearings to die for. Absolutely beautiful. So, do I need to say any more? Have I gushed enough? I think I've gushed enough. That is a great knife. I thank Steve for giving it to me and giving me the chance to review it for you, because although this was new last year, people are starting to change their knives around. If you buy it in the secondary market, you're going to get a better price for it. You can trade for it. And like the other knives here, this other RUIKE, you can trade for these knives now and get them at a good price. This in Aussie is now dropping like a stone because it got D2. People tend to think this is not working because there's D2. I don't know. It's a mad world out there, a mad world. Now, so this is the one now. I would highly recommend it. highly recommended. You'll not be disappointed. As long as 6 ounces isn't too heavy for you, let me tell you, it slips in and out of your pocket easy, and it just looks really good. So there you go. Another beautiful gift that's enhanced my channel. All 3 of these, and it was nice to bring them out. They're all roughly the same size, but they give me different options to compare and contrast against other knives. And for that, I thank the 2 men responsible. And I'm going to go on now, and I'm not going to make this a big long one, because later on tonight, I have a parcel just been delivered from my friend down in the southern half of Ireland, not Northern Ireland, the southern half of Ireland, who has sent me up a package, and I'm so excited because he has done a wee knife for me and he's modded it, and I'm just so excited. But I've just started this as the postman came, so I'm going to put this out, and then later on tonight I shall do a box opening, and we'll see what's in the parcel. Thank you very much for watching. A big welcome to all my new subscribers, and I'll see you very soon with another box opening. Take care. All the best. Bye bye.